Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of the TC Plus Show. This is episode number 20. Big number. Tyler, are you doubting me?
No, I was trying to think of the Spanish word for 20.
Okay, well,
My
you keep
brain
thinking.
wasn't working, so
I'll introduce our
yeah,
guest.
absolutely. Go ahead.
This is our guest, Derek.
Oh yeah, we always like to
Thanks
shake
for
hands
coming on,
nowadays.
Derek.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Yeah,
Old friend of mine, old boss of Tyler's.
that's correct.
Yeah.
What else? What else should the audience know about you?
I'm a
Not a
local
lot.
resident. Not a whole lot of, just in and about this area.
Cool.
Work at the bookstore, Living Waters book and toy store, and have a wife and 2 kids.
Very good.
Yeah.
Family man.
Family man.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, driving a family van.
He's got the dad jokes.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Tyler, did you have anything you were wanting to
Yes,
share
I
at the
did.
beginning
Thanks for
of the episode
reminding
here?
me. I have a little surprise for not really Derek. I'm going to be honest with you, but like he'll get to be along for it anyways. So Corey, I'm starting to realize more and more what AI can do these days.
Okay.
And a good friend of the show, Dallas Penner, he was on the show earlier in our lifespans, and he just one last night sent me over a little TC Plus Show intro song that AI made. I thought I'd play it for you guys. I've got 2 versions. I got one that I went on and like toyed around with. See which one you like better. Would you be interested at all in an intro song?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, let's see what AI has created. So this first one here is Dallas says I'll edit in the actual song so that it's not just playing through the mics for everyone at home. But here's the first one.
It's the TC Plus Show, Tyler, Corey, in the flow. Anything and everything, all the things we want to know.
And it's got like 3 verses going on, which is a
wow.
little excessive.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, but I was thinking like a little 15-second segment.
There you go.
And then here's the other one here.
TC Plus Show, feel the flow. Tyler and Corey, let's start the show.
Hey, that's a lot better than I could do.
Yeah. So that's about that. What are your thoughts on those?
Hey, it's interesting. It sounds cool to me. I'd be curious to see what you throw together.
Yeah, I might see if I can edit together a little intro or something. But anyway.
Well, I thought maybe you'd put like with the intro, maybe you'd show a couple quick clips or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's what I was. That's what I was planning. That's what I mean by edit together. Yeah. All right.
All right. Very good. Well, should we get this started? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think we shall.
We're going to start this with 3 quick questions for Derek.
Sure.
2 from me, 1 from Tyler.
Yes, sir.
First one coming up. If you could be a fly on the wall, who would you want to listen to and why?
That is a good question. Probably would depend on what the segment of my life I was in.
Today.
Today. Oh boy. This is good. I don't know. There's a lot of things I ponder, but I don't know that thered be a lot of walls I'd love to. Probably out of interest that I want to be like hearing the conversations, but probably out of interest, some of them would be like political. That would be good. Hearing some of the inside conversations that we don't actually see, that the news media doesn't pick up.
Yep.
And that would be interesting. It'd
Yeah.
be very intriguing.
That's kind of what where my mind went to as well. It's just like maybe in the homes of those people too.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
what's going on in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But also in the closed room meetings.
Yeah.
So
People,
do you have a specific person?
don't think I do right now. When I say political, I'm not necessarily specific people.
Okay.
Basically the G7 or whatever.
Yeah. It'd be fascinating. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yes. I was going to ask you, what is a life lesson you've learned from running your own business?
Oh, that's an interesting question. One of them is learn to listen, and also don't give up.
Yeah.
Those 2 together. Listen well, listen to people, and don't it's not always about the words that they're saying, but listen to the heart behind it.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's was supposed to be quick, so that's
All
great.
right,
That's good.
Okay. That's good.
I
I'll
had
time
like
it.
I had like follow-up questions for that, but I probably shouldn't or what.
I don't care. It's up to you.
Okay.
It's your
It's your
show.
show, Corey.
It's your show.
Yeah.
You do.
What do you like? How do you do that?
No, that's a good question. I don't always do it well.
Okay.
First off, but there's times I definitely don't. Usually, it's by asking questions back. So if there's a question or a comment, why are we doing or how should we do something better? And I'm giving it in the context of business because that's what you asked it in. Or ideas, and then ask a question about it. Try to hear the heart or the reason or the passion behind it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and it really varies. Each person, there's people who can craft and present their ideas very well, and then there's people like me who actually will sometimes struggle to get the words for it. So then you need to listen to the idea sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Good answer.
My next question, it's a little off the rocker.
Okay.
So don't take it too seriously. Just fire whatever comes to your mind. If animals could talk, which one do you think would be the rudest?
Corey, where does this question come from exactly?
I forget.
Okay. I was kind of like, are these thoughts that go through your head and they're just
No, I found
bouncing
it.
around in there?
I found this last one online,
Okay.
but I forget where or what I stumbled across.
Sure.
Actually, no, I know exactly where it came from now.
Okay. Good.
Chat GPT.
You asked ChatGPT
Yeah.
a question?
Yeah.
We're using AI all over the place.
Oh,
It's
See
100%.
that?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
We don't actually do any work anymore. We just let
Okay,
AI do
yeah,
it. That's why the
interesting.
quality is.
Yeah. Are you real?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
sometimes
still-
I'm
okay,
real.
this is good. Yeah.
Still got a heart beating.
That's good. That is a good question. So I grew up on a farm, so my mind right away went to farm animals.
Okay.
Just because I'm not well versed in safari.
Yeah.
I think an animal that could be the rudest if they could talk. I don't know. That's it. Never put a lot of thought, but for some reason a pig still keeps coming to my mind.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of all the stigma that goes with being
Yeah.
a pig, but I think they'd have some things to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
Interesting.
by how they act.
Yeah.
I think they could. Yeah.
I think this would be funny to hear what Tyler has to say on this.
I don't know, man. Listen, I would probably go to some sort of actually like aggressive animal. You know,
Okay, yeah, that's
something
fair.
that would be willing to tear you apart.
But like,
Maybe like a piranha or something like that. You know?
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
They seem like real tools. Yeah.
So I have one as well.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I like this question, and so I was thinking about
I
it.
figured. Yeah.
I was like a Canada goose, because like whenever you're walking on a trail, they've got their little gangs,
Yeah.
and like they all start hissing at you, and you could just imagine that's them like throwing insults.
100%. Those guys are actually talking smack. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's got to
That
be
makes
it.
sense.
I like that.
But anyways, that was where my mind went. All right, let's move on to the book of questions. Derek's a little fresh to the show, so we're going to explain him how this works.
Yeah.
Basically, I go kind of scroll
Yeah.
through the book here,
Yeah.
and fan, I guess, would be the proper terminology. Fan through the book, and you tell me when to stop. I stop, and then I point my finger somewhere on a page,
Yeah.
and that's a question for you. Yeah. You get up to 3 skips, but you can't go back.
Ooh. Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Daunting
All right.
rules.
This
Yeah.
is. Yeah. All right.
You got to be an open book
Yeah.
for this one to play.
Well, let's open it up. Sounds good.
All right, let's go.
Stop. Yeah.
What monument do you think should not have been erected?
Let's do another.
All right.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
All right, here we go. I'm going to go the other way this time.
All right. Stop.
Why do you think bears hibernate?
Oh. Fun answer. So I think they're just tired.
Yeah.
They're just going into a short-term retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they retire like once a year, is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
They just take a sabbatical,
Yeah.
a few months off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And maybe we should start, looking at
Maybe we should
implementing
do
that
that.
into our culture. Yeah.
So then everyone have to do a different type of month
probably-
of the year.
probably
yeah,
would be
'cause
best,
You can't all
yeah.
do it once. Yeah, it's not really going to work. But
Yeah.
okay.
Would you fast during that time? Or
Yeah.
or bears don't eat during that time, do they?
Well,
Probably not too much.
I
yeah.
wouldn't assume so.
How long of a hibernation is this?
Yeah, I might only last a few days here.
Well,
You know-
well, see that depending how
We could do some canning and stuff.
I've gone 3 days, and I was craving food after that. Like anything, just anything on my tongue other than water.
See, maybe that could determine how long your vacation is. You know, as long as you're fasting, you have your vacation.
Some people last in like 5 hours.
For them, back to
Yeah.
work it is.
Yeah,
You know,
that's fair.
it determines what's most priority to you.
Okay,
Oh, this is
I'm not going to be rushing to implement this into society anytime soon.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
no, not with a fasting.
Well, not with the fasting thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
absolutely
makes
not.
sense.
No.
Okay. Well, let's move on then. Derek, you have a topic to bring to us today.
Yeah. Yeah, so funny we're talking about fasting. I was going to all things food.
Boom.
Talk about food.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Do you have any like initial thoughts or questions out of the gate?
There's got to be something to get us started. This is a pretty wide range topic here. So,
Yeah, well, okay, that's fair. That is a wide range because we eat it at home, we eat it going out, everything. But first off, I'll preface this by saying we do not live by bread alone. So if you're listening to the show about what food to eat, but we live also by the every word that is spoken from our Lord.
There you go.
So,
Amen.
There you go. No, as far as the food, you know, I'll let you guys go first. What do you enjoy? What do you enjoy? That let's get some direction.
Okay, Corey, you start.
Okay.
Am I allowed to ask you guys a question?
I don't know.
I seen
I
that
guess we
look
make
going
the
over your
rules. And I'm
face.
like,
You're like,
hey, yo, I guess this is our job.
Yeah.
Man. I suppose we'll let it slide this time.
This is good. So, what do I enjoy about food?
yeah. What's your favorite food?
Oh, well, there's one thing that I don't have, and that's favorites.
Yes.
Generally.
Ah, there you go.
We
I've
went
got-
all
I've
over
got-
this in the first Corey first episode. First
not
Corey
sure.
episode. Maybe the second one.
Okay, makes sense.
It's
all
yeah.
over.
I'm very like I've got top tier products, and they all kind of cluster in that top group.
Yeah.
But to like pick one
Yeah.
of those, very
Yeah.
tough for me.
Yeah.
Ask him what
that
one of
makes
his
sense.
favorite, what one of his top foods.
Yeah,
are.
one of my
Yeah.
top foods. Boy, goodness me, I enjoy a variety,
Yeah, you do.
but like anything from like just a good taco
Yeah.
to fillet steak,
Oh, yeah.
like
yeah.
how they do at the
Yeah.
keg, bacon
Yeah.
wrapped,
Yeah.
something like that is very good.
Yeah.
So far I've been pretty meaty. Like a really good cake, or even a
What kind
muffin.
of cake? What kind of cake?
Yeah.
What kind of cake are we
Good-
going here?
Cake. Well, I don't know what it was, but our cousin made it, and it was at your place for another guy's birthday party. That cake was just a banger cake. That chocolate cake.
Andrew's
This is
birthday
being
party.
very just.
I do not remember
we're not
this
sharing
birthday
all
party,
our
but I
names
should
here.
His
remember.
brother-in-law's birthday party.
Oh, yes. I remember now.
Oh.
That was so good.
Love
that was
that
very
cake.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was like chocolate.
And well decorated.
Yeah,
Just
it-
like amazing. Yeah.
It had, like-
presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
it had,
Okay, guys, you're talking about a cake I didn't get to experience.
yeah. So let me
It's okay,
describe
yeah.
it to you, Tyler.
Okay, please do.
It had like maybe brownie, a couple different moussey layers, maybe then like a lighter chocolate cake with some chocolate icing. I don't know anything more. There
We
was
like all that. Yeah.
chocolate bars jammed in the top for decoration.
Yeah.
Of
but
course, of course.
yeah,
Phenomenal.
the cake was kind of what I was focusing on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. Like fruity things. There's fruity baked goods that I like. I'm trying to think what
Good
those
old fashioned blueberry muffin. If you said you like muffins.
Yeah, that's good. But like, a fresh strawberry or peach pie. I think we talked about this before too.
Quite possibly.
You don't like cooked
I
fruit.
hate pies. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but these pie like this
I'm
isn't
actually kind of it.
Yeah,
Like I'm
yeah,
just like
let's go. Yeah.
they're just like yeah.
the pie that I'm talking about doesn't have cooked fruit in it. It's like fruit with filling, basically like thickened peaches in a pie that's never been cooked. It's tasty. Cool Whip on top, or whipped cream, whatever's your thing.
Yeah.
Something like that. Very yummy. Boy, where else do I go?
Well, you've listed off quite a lot. You know,
Yeah.
you can keep going all night if you want.
Okay. No, go ahead.
I'm just like, I want to turn here too.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
thought so.
No, I was just gonna say that just funnel cake fries, man. Anything deep fried, but funnel cake fries. Never have them often enough. But phenomenal. Have you ever had any?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they?
I don't really know actually. They're deep fried in a fry shape, and they're funnel cake with whipped cream, sauces, stuff like that. Unreal.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, something you get at a fair.
Yeah.
Sure you get at a
Yeah.
fair.
Do they make them like a poutine kind of?
Not really like a poutine. You get ice cream as well on the side often.
Okay.
So.
I didn't know if they put like if you have your funnel cake fries and then
Yeah.
you do like a sweet poutine, if you put like strawberries and
Well, there
whipped
would be some
cream and all.
strawberries, whipped cream, yeah. But I don't know if it's like poutine-like exactly. There's no gravy over here.
No. But
Or you
like
could do like a beaver tail idea, spin
Yeah,
on it
you
if
could.
you want.
Yeah.
But then you just regular funnel cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Derek?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question.
What was your question? So
Yeah,
congrats
right.
to you, man. Like, I mean,
Yeah, thank you. So probably if it really depends. When it comes to food, it can be anything. The same as you, like a good taco. It can so much depend on like environment, where I'm at,
that's true too.
just everything. If I'm at a fair versus if I'm going out to eat versus my birthday. Yeah, it's all different. But my go-to, like if it's like a good meal, like my premium meal that I'm gonna look for all day, then it's probably good steak, good fillet. Potatoes, I'm pretty easy, whether it's potatoes or rice or whatever the side is. I actually enjoy mac and cheese with it, so there you go.
Mac and cheese is phenomenal.
Yeah, and then dessert, creme brulee. It's just hands down. It's a light dessert. It's a custard. It's easy to eat. It's just it's good.
so there's this one restaurant, you pay about $1 extra to get a regular size versus a mini, and it's, I don't know what size is that, like 6 inches wide, and like a crust across the whole top. It's incredible.
For the creme brulee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The $1 for the extra is worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I had more questions about food for you.
Sure.
But like, are you done talking about your good
Yeah,
food?
I'm good for now.
Okay.
Yeah. We're talking
Tyler,
about
did
it
you
all
only-
night, so
Did you only have one good food?
Well, he asked me what our favorite food was, so I only listed one.
Okay.
But like, I'm a pretty basic guy, as I've mentioned before on the show. So like, pizza, burgers are unreal. I mean, I love steak too. Don't get me wrong. But like, if actually we had burger versus steak conversations,
yeah.
I'd probably in most scenarios rather a burger, good
Yeah.
old fashioned
Yeah, there you
burger.
go.
But like, hey, stay away from anything scary is my thing. Tacos are cutting edge. I like
Define
tacos
scary.
now, but anything with like peppers. Like little tomato chunks are scary. Sauce, lots of sauce is scary. Like weird things like that terrifies me. Cream cheese is terrifying.
I forgot. I think we talked about this when you were working
Quite
together.
possibly.
Like fast food versus like restaurants
Yeah.
sitting in. I forget.
I don't know. I love eating out, so
Yeah.
they're any place. But
Yeah.
like, I'd normally go for a safer thing on the menu.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's fair.
That's about all I got to say on that, though.
So since you picked the topic of food, I think I could say that you seem to be passionate about food. Or
I
no?
enjoy food.
You enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. All things
And-
in moderation. But I
Passion? That's like too far.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
yeah.
Okay.
Enjoy it. And then
Why do you, what do you enjoy about food?
Ooh. Well, that's a good question. So some people literally just eat to live. Others live to eat, and I like to say I'm somewhere in the middle. But I'm probably closer to the I don't live to eat, but I definitely enjoy the meal time. Whether it's at home, it's just like great quality family time. If it's going out, just atmosphere. There's so many other dynamics. Food presentation I enjoy. When I say cooking, maybe more grilling. So
Okay.
I used to do more cooking. I have not cooked for a long time, but definitely grilling, and then trying to bring in like presentation, like onto your own food and stuff that you prepare is always good. Yeah.
What's the fanciest restaurant you've ever been to? If you like presentation, anyways.
Okay, that is a good question. Probably it's a Brazilian steakhouse. I forget the name of it. It's in New York City.
Okay.
It's very similar to all the other Brazilian steakhouses where they bring the food and they shave it off. But it was, yeah, that was
was it pretty
good.
phenomenal?
It was, yeah.
that's
And then so that's a good question. Sometimes there's restaurants that are what I'm going to say fancy in presentation or atmosphere, but maybe not in food quality. And then there's others that have better food quality, but maybe the like location and the view and all of that is not quite the best.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got to hit on all those factors.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you enjoy grilling and that you used to enjoy cooking. What is your favorite thing to grill? Most favorite thing to grill?
I'll probably, as easy as it is, it's probably steak.
Steak.
Yeah. It's fun. It's simple. It's super easy, but it tastes amazing.
Yeah.
Starting to feel like this is the steak episode.
Steak.
The steak episode. That's what should be the title. No, we're gonna get more fancy than that.
So, are you a probe guy?
Like with
Like a temperature
yeah,
probe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Used to not be,
Yeah.
and it was too much. It was too stressful.
Yeah.
Way too stressful. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
He's just sweating as he's
Yeah.
taking it off.
Yeah.
You go, oh,
Yeah.
hope this looks
So-
good inside.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about this. I was thinking about probing meat,
Yeah.
and like where do you draw the line on what products do you probe and what products do you not probe?
Pretty much anything.
Like would
I
you
do now.
Would you probe a sausage?
Probably not. No. So not.
I was kind
not
of thinking
every-
like a
not
sausage and a burger.
everything,
Do
yeah.
you really need to probe those?
Probably not everything, but anything other than like a hot dog or a sausage or a burger.
Okay.
If they're homemade burgers, then I might, because they're
Okay.
like they're extra. They're a lot thicker.
Yeah.
Especially if you cheese stuff and add stuff inside, then or bacon pieces inside and all that, then I will. But if it's a bought-in burger, then it's simple. You throw it on the grill. It's just clear juice on the top. You flip it. Once then it's done. So it's
Yeah.
super simple that way. But yeah.
I had another question. This just keeps leading one question into another.
Sure.
How do you like your burgers done? Like, because I was like, he seems like the kind of guy that would grill. So like how, or sorry, not like how do you like them done, but what's the best way, or how do you find the best way to like cook a burger is?
So the best burger. So I'm not gonna lie, it's probably a homemade one that I made.
Okay.
But by the time I was all said and done, I think each burger cost about like $1 or $2 in raw ingredients before. Like it was kind of crazy. But it was bacon, cheese stuff. They were big. They were amazing burgers. And so it's still juicy. You need to keep them juicy. Do not overcook a burger. There's nothing worse than any meat, any chicken that's a dry or a burger that's.
So how do you keep it juicy?
So that's a good question. A little trick that I use. Now this is debatable. Like some
Okay.
people argue it,
Okay.
and my family will argue it. Some of my siblings agree, some do not. But so I'll cook on a cast iron plate.
Oh, interesting.
And I find that it doesn't get the direct flame from a grill. I've got a propane grill, and so it doesn't get the direct flame. But with that, you sometimes lose that grill. You definitely lose the grill marks. It's got it looks like just a skillet type flat cast iron skillet. So you lose the flame grill marks, but then I think you keep more juice inside of it.
Interesting.
After I started doing that, I started doing it with chicken. And then I switched to editing steak and ribs and a few other things. Now I'll do like an actual, like a big roast. Like I'll do that on my grill.
Okay.
Propane, it's not a smoker.
Yeah.
And I'll do a roast and it
Yeah.
works fine. You wouldn't even know the difference, I don't think.
It's similar to like a Blackstone, basically. Then, or what?
Yeah. So that's what I do, and I do my burgers on there. I do everything on it.
So, what about temperature? Does that matter?
It does. Yes. If it's burgers and steak, well, hot. But if it's like an actual roast, then I'll turn it down and let it.
So, why hot for burgers?
It works. They get, so
Listen,
maybe
man,
I'm too,
stop asking all these questions.
I'm too simple. Like if something's working and they turn out amazing, then I'm not going to. Maybe I should probably try this a long, slow grill.
Yeah, try one that takes you 2 hours sometime.
But then
No,
I'm afraid
not
that it's
even
going to be
that,
dried
man.
out.
Yeah.
Like what? How fast would your burger generally get done?
That's a good. So after the grill's fired up, it's still going to be 15 minutes.
Yeah.
10, 15. Yeah.
So, like, I would say what would happen if you, like, extend that to 30.
Yeah.
Because, like, I have done some burgers at, like, 300 degrees on the grill.
Yeah.
And that seems to keep them really juicy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I've never, like, done a cast, so I have no idea how that compares. But if you... I was taught the same way. Crank that sucker to 500 plus, toss them on, sear
Bada
it,
bing, bada
keep
boom.
the juices in, blah, blah, blah. But, like,
Yeah.
man, you cook that thing slow,
Yeah.
the juices seem to really stay in it, too. Because I think, like, my theory is, like, your inside temperature has to reach, like, a certain internal temperature. And the faster you go, the
160.
higher, okay.
Yeah. Little temperature for all you guys out there.
Yes. But like the faster you go, the more like the outside of your meat's going to be
Yes.
like there's going to be a huge difference in temperature from the outside to the inside.
Yes, it will. And you can also pull it off when you're about 5 or 10 degrees. So I'll do 10 degrees, but maybe for health, whatever, do 5 degrees or wait till it hits it. Because it's going to cook another 10 degrees
Right.
before you're eating it.
Yeah.
So while it's resting.
And like, but a bigger piece of meat will cook more.
Yeah.
Because like a thin burger probably wouldn't.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah.
But yeah, it's so my theory is kind of you do it slow, then your outside part of the burger doesn't have to get as done to get the inside to the right temperature.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've had them like so soft and like almost mushy at that. Like I kind of stir up a bit of flame to get a little bit of crispiness on the outside at that point.
Yeah. And same idea with chicken. You're gonna do chicken slower, and a lower heat, and spread it out over a longer time. I'm curious also if it's a homemade burger, there is more grease in it, especially if I throw bacon in.
Right.
So don't do bacon on an open flame. You're gonna have flame. Like if you need more flame, then throw it on. But so with that, I think it'll also like sometimes it'll crisp the edge.
Yep.
So if you don't want it burnt, but you'll have a crispy edge.
Yep.
On a homemade burger a lot sooner than if you have a bought-in burger.
Yep.
And but that's I think that it also seals them off. So you have a hot cast iron pan, you throw it on, and there's no science in my head. It makes sense that it would sear it off and the juices can't get out. But sometimes the cheese is oozing out the side. So then
But your sides aren't seared, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So Derek, I gotta ask, because every time we talk about burgers, I need to bring this up because I feel like I'm I don't know. Anyway, I only talk about these things. What are your thoughts on smash burgers?
I just had one again. I don't know, in the last week.
Yeah,
they're okay. They're fine. I'll eat them. I'll order them. They're messy.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of a bit of a problem.
You're not a messy guy?
I can be, but depending where I am, it's not fun.
Right.
I forget where I had one that recently, and I was like, I should have probably not.
Okay.
But I don't mind them. I also don't mind just thick meat rather than it just being flat. But I don't mind. Yeah, they're big and it's a big meat patty. That's always good.
Have you ever made them yourself?
I've never made them myself. Yeah.
You should try that because they're generally better.
Yeah, interesting.
They're phenomenal.
And then
by yourself.
you can make your own thick meat
Yeah.
by adding
Yeah,
two or
yeah,
three of them in a
That
stack.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, you can't have a smash burger with one patty. That just doesn't work. I assume. I think two is par for the course in most places. You can get some with three. Yeah, they're my favorite type of burger, so that's why I always ask people.
Yeah.
But hey, you're allowed to have your own opinions. You know,
Yeah. You said it is your favorite?
it is my favorite.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
There
absolutely.
you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Interesting.
So, talking about your steak, what's like your internal temp for that? That's like your preference.
Yeah, so medium is 160. So
Okay.
if I'm doing
Really?
it for... Yeah, I believe so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that was maybe like done. Well done.
No, I think well done is 170.
What's 145?
Medium rare or rare. Rare.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Sure it is.
So how do you get that medium rare perfect?
So if you want, then you're going to be pulling it off about 10 degrees before.
Yeah. So you're pulling it off at
135, 140.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you let it rest.
And then
for
you
a
let it
while?
rest.
I need to try a probe next time I do steaks. My mom is always scared to do steaks, so I was a little terrified of the concept. I don't want to ruin the meat. And since she's gotten me to do it a lot, and I'm like, at cooking steaks, so I'll need to use our probe and see what's up.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then there's no work.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you just let the grill do it.
Do you have a good probe at home?
We got something. I don't know how good it is.
No, you ideally you want a good one.
Okay.
So
So
like
what,
you
what
want
if
like
we have a bad
something that's
one?
called like an instant read. Then you buy a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like $20. You like buy an instant read on Amazon. You stick it in, and like within second or two, you're like getting your temperature reading. A bad one, you put it in there and you watch it slowly climb.
No. Ours is quick. If that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's pretty
That's what
instant.
I'm looking for.
Yeah. The one I have is while we're talking about it, it's actually a Master Chef, so that means it's from Canadian Tire.
Oh,
But you stick it in, it takes like 3 seconds or 4 seconds to give a read. It won't change at all, and then
Yeah.
it'll like flash and give you the read. The reason I like it though is you have all the meats on it. So you have fish, you have chicken, you have steak, you have like I think there's 6 or 8 different meats, pork, lamb, everything, and then you can choose medium or well done. All of them. If it's one such as chicken, you can only go down to a medium. You can't go less. And
Does anyone want a rare chicken exactly?
No, you don't.
No, you
but
don't.
that's why. So that's why
Yeah.
it's a great it gives you all the ranges of food that you should be eating.
yeah.
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 So here's something interesting that I learned about chicken.
Yeah.
And like the doneness of it is like I think the go-to number is like 165. Is that correct?
Could be. I don't know.
That
if
sounds
off,
about
but I
right,
think it is.
actually.
Don't take us for,
It's
or
160
take our word for
something,
that.
but yeah.
But you can actually cook it for like at a lower temperature as long as it's been close to that temperature for a
Yes.
long time.
Yes. Yes.
Or like longer, because I think at 165 it's maybe like 8 seconds.
yeah.
Whereas like if you've maybe held it for a minute or two at like one,
Yeah.
I shouldn't put the number out there, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But you can
I heard this
you know,
recently.
push
Yeah.
those limits a
yeah.
bit more.
Yeah, I heard that.
So it made me a little more comfortable with like ones that aren't quite like there.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you ever have a bit of chicken, you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's a little questionable. Like it was probably there for 30 seconds. It's fine.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Yeah. No, I'm very I'm a lot more on the side of grace. Like if it's not quite there,
Okay.
a lot more than some other people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Interesting.
yeah.
Did you have any other thoughts on like food and the direction you were wanting this conversation to go?
No, this is good so far.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can
I've
change
got
it
more
as much as you
questions
want.
for you.
Fire away.
Okay.
I saw
Yeah, this
Corey
is
had a
good.
list there on his tablet.
Oh, yeah?
Just scrolling through them. Just
Just trying to be
in-
prepared.
I'm thinking. So it took years for my wife, for Krista, to probably go to as many restaurants with me as what we did throughout the years
yes.
of life. So
Yeah. And I think I've slowed down
I have
since.
slowed down substantially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler's still in that
I'm
stage,
still in
man.
that stage.
that's good.
I still go to eat a lot, probably more than I should, but man, is it enjoyable.
Yeah. So I have a question. May I ask more questions?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to hear it.
Very good. Well, I don't want to wreck the show.
No, listen, man, we're open-ended.
This is
We're
good.
open-ended.
So when you're going out, do you go to the same place? Like you're always going to, I don't know, what's the place you go to all the
Yeah.
time? Or
So-
do you go on Google Maps and search for restaurants and be like, I've never been here.
Yeah.
And you go check it out.
So, cause I love smash burgers so much, my goal is to find the perfect smash burger in the KW area. So far, I think I found it, as I mentioned, a spot last episode. don't need to go over that. I can't give them too much free promo. I'm kidding. Anyways, so I go there a lot, but I also try to branch out to all these other burger spots. For a while there, I would say when I was like 16 to 18, for some reason, Wendy's was the spot I went to like a whole ton.
Interesting.
For some unknown reason.
Double
But
Baconator?
just Baconator, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be double.
No, but it can be.
Like I'm saying, never mind. Okay. Sorry. The point is, you don't need to say double.
Oh, okay.
It's just it comes with 2.
But can you get like one with 4?
I got one with 6 one time.
Because I'm sure
That was unnecessary.
Wow.
I'm sure there was a double Baconator at some point.
Maybe there was, because I've heard lots of people say that, but maybe
It was the
people just get
greasiest thing I've ever had in my
Yeah.
life. But anyways, continue.
No, yeah. I like the idea of going and switching it up and checking out new spots. That's fun. It's generally on the cheaper end of spots. Like I'm not going out to have steaks often.
Yeah, makes
'Cause
sense.
it's
I get
expensive.
that for sure.
I mean, eating out's expensive enough the way it is.
Yeah.
So
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say I do probably err more on the side of going to the tried and true spots, but I do like to branch out every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Interesting. Yeah.
So how do you find and branch out? Like, do you like do some Google searching? Like, where should
I'm
we
going
go?
on Google reviews. I'm checking out what's the star ratings. Like I like to look for spots that are about 4.7 or better. Like the peak ones.
Okay.
I don't like to give my time to spots that aren't worth it. I'm kidding.
So what if someone hits you up like, "Hey Tyler, let's go here"?
Oh
are
yeah,
you,
no,
are you just showing up and you going, or are you checking out the reviews first?
probably I'm going no matter what,
Yeah.
but I am going to look at the reviews. It's
Interesting.
just it needs to be done.
Yeah.
That way I can curb
Yeah.
my expectations.
Yeah. So when you're leaving a review, is it based on the burger shop you were at the week before, or is it based on that particular burger shop, what you expected when you seen it?
Well, I try to do it on like a global scale of all the burger shops, and just I don't know. I don't know exactly how to answer that, but like if an average burger would be a good one at home for some reason, a good one, not an okay one at home, but a good one at home would be average, then how does everything else base off of that? And then also, how what the shop is like, is it a good atmosphere? It also comes into play for the review, obviously.
Yeah.
I would say I'm generally a little bit harsher of a reviewer. I don't know why. You guys both know Kyle. He was like, "Ooh, wow, that's a harsh review." One time when we were at a restaurant, I was like, "Oh, oops," but like it is what it is.
That's good. Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, interesting.
So back when we would go to eat a bunch, there was times we would drive into the city and just walk down the street and like look at a place and be like, "Let's go in here."
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember the door opening up? Hey guys, come back! Why did you go in here?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we got hustled.
You
one
guys-
night.
you guys walked down the street and
Well, I
some
think they
dude
were
was like-
closing in like 30 minutes or something.
Oh, it
I
was
forget.
very close to closing
Yeah.
time. We saw on the sign. He's like, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He wanted to serve us up."
Yeah.
And
Did you guys go in there?
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, absolutely good.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
good.
when a guy goes that hard, you got to
held the door open for going in and out. It was just amazing
phenomenal.
service. Yeah.
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 But we tried it a time or two after. It just was never quite the same as the first time.
So was it good the first time though?
it was good.
good.
I think the atmosphere was good. The customer service was amazing, and that definitely made a difference. They're more established now. It was a new restaurant, and their customer service is more established, which actually means that for some reason it deteriorated.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's just another restaurant
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
And then there was another one. We went in one night and we sat down. It was great environment. We opened the menus and there was like nothing we wanted on there. Both of us. I think we ordered a Caesar salad
I think we
or
did.
like something.
Yeah.
And we called it. That was it.
Yeah.
And we went and found another spot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Finished up. Did we hit a dessert spot
I think
that
we
night?
did that night too. Yeah.
That was a 3 restaurant.
Nice, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
Chilling at the big bucks. Actually, funny enough, kind of along with that, my friend and I went to a restaurant a couple weeks ago. We're like, okay, so we had our main food, and we're like, let's go find a little spot for a little dessert action. And we walked in this one spot, and it was just it was actually just a full-fledged restaurant. I was kind of hoping for like some you order at the counter, they give it to you, you walk out.
Yeah.
This you sit down, they've got a massive book of just hordes of dessert options and nothing under $20. Like expensive. And we're like, oh, And so then we just walked out because there was like nothing there. No one had come to talk to us yet. You know, it's not like we had inconvenienced anyone really. But
interesting. What place was that for dessert?
That was the D Spot, is what it's called.
Okay,
There's a couple locations around. It was.
Yeah, interesting.
If you're looking for, I think it's more of a date atmosphere as well.
Okay.
It was very clearly centric towards that.
Yeah.
We weren't going on a date, so you know it didn't quite work for us. But if you're looking for a spot for you and your wife to have some very sweet meal,
interesting.
The D Spot is
Interesting.
the place.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
So is it a thing right now that that people go out and just get appetizers or get an entree, but they don't? A lot of appetizers recently. So the last few times I've been out, like people will come in and you'll see they'll sit down, they'll order an appetizer, maybe a drink, and then they're gone. And like I've seen it probably the last few times and like multiple people doing it. And I was like, oh, is this a new thing? Like we're just going out, grabbing apps and a drink and then heading back? Or
I don't know. That's like what I see with appetizers, that they're normally like as expensive and a lot of times or sometimes come with just as much food as a entree. So I'm like, all right, well this appetizer looks appetizing, so let me get it, and then I don't get an entree, and because it's already the price of a meal.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm like leaving any quicker, if that's what you're meaning.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
You
It was
see
just,
anything
it
like
was,
that, Corey?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I know people have done it. I don't know if it's a thing or not, but like,
Well, like, yeah. So
I can
I've done
understand
it, but
it.
I was like, is this a trend that I didn't know about? You know,
It's
like
going around on TikTok now.
and no wonder I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's like maybe just it's easy to grab, especially like if you were dining out a lot, like a regular meal at a lot of places is too much for you to eat every like once or twice a day.
Yeah, makes sense.
And so I don't know if someone's dining out a lot, maybe it's easier to get, you know, like a app or something.
Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah, interesting.
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Makes
Just
sense.
a random thought.
Yeah.
But
That's fair.
yeah, don't know.
That's good.
So I've got another question for you.
Sure. Yeah.
Are you done thinking about
Yeah,
that?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. This one is tell me about freeze drying.
Oh.
Because I know you have a freeze dryer,
Right.
and I was like, maybe you can
Yeah.
expand on that. It's food
Yeah,
related.
so freeze drying.
Do you know what freeze drying is, Tyler?
I've definitely heard of the term, but
All right.
explain it.
All right.
I'm not totally sure what's all going on here.
Yeah, so what it is, it's another way of preserving food for whatever reason you want to preserve food. The end of time, or just to get through winter.
Or to stock your bunker in the basement.
Stock your bunker. Absolutely. Isn't
100%.
yours is stocked?
Oh, mine's well stocked.
it's good,
Not
it's good.
freeze dried, but it's stocked. Yeah.
That's good. All right. So, anyways, what it is you put the food in on trays, and it'll put it into a deep freeze, and that is like minus 40 some.
So back in the good old Canadian winter days, you could just
It
freeze
is.
dry outside.
You could, yeah. And for about 8 hours. So an entire process is about 24 hours. Just to give you if I put food in our freeze dryer and then pull it out, it's typically 24 hours later. Some food is 20, and then some is up to like 30 hours. So it goes into a deep freeze, and then it switches into a vacuum mode, and it sucks all the oxygen out of the chamber, and down to 500 mTors or something, and I'm not sure what that is.
Okay.
But it is like extremely,
For any nerds watching this, they know what that is.
like there's like low negative pressure. Like there is no way you can open the door. The glass on it, I'm not kidding, is about a 3/4 inch thick.
Nice.
Just on the door. Like it's crazy. Yeah. And then it sucks the oxygen and just keeps sucking it out into a dry, and it does that for the remainder of the cycle. So about anywhere from 16-ish hours. It's just like sucking oxygen out. Anyways, so then after that, you froze it, sucked it literally all the moisture out of it, and now all that you have left is a dry food. One of the things that is neat about it versus regular drying. So if you dry an apple chip, you know it's gonna. They're amazing. I love dried apple chips. They look like an apple chip. They're wrinkly, you know, all of that. Here, if you'd freeze dry an apple, it'll look like an apple. It'll look like an apple slice. It won't lose any shape, any color, anything like that. It keeps about 99% 90%, I think is what they say. Now I'm going very nerdy here of the nutrition's in it. It does not dry any of it out. So it stays in it. It's just sucking the moisture out of it. But it's foamy. So an apple will be foamy. You can freeze dry applesauce. You can freeze dry strawberries. You can freeze dry blueberries. Blueberries are amazing. Pineapple is amazing. You can freeze dry chicken. Like you can do meats and cheese. The cheese is crunchy. It's not very good.
But it's crunchy.
But it's crunchy.
Candy?
Chicken I tried one time and it was rock hard. Like
Okay.
it was chicken nuggets, so maybe that was the problem.
Yeah.
But hey, at least I've got chicken nuggets.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can
in
do
his bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Skittles you can do. So Skittles will like actually explode. A
Oh.
lot of candy will explode because of the sugar.
okay.
So it's candy's a big thing, but it's super sweet, and I actually don't love freeze dried candy, even though everyone does.
Yeah.
It's everything's sweeter. So like a strawberry has way more flavor than even eating a juicy strawberry. It's
Right.
crazy
So-
because of
With pineapple, because I pineapple, like if you go to a country that actually grows pineapple, it's fantastic. Pineapple in Canada kind of sucks in comparison. So does it kind of elevate the pineapple in Canada to a level where it's good again? Now maybe you don't have a problem with pineapple in Canada, so you know this isn't really a thing, but
yeah. That's
I don't
a good
know.
question.
Like I feel like it's sweeter down there in the countries that grow it.
Probably.
So
yeah, it
maybe
is,
if it freeze dry makes it sweeter, it could be pretty
yeah,
good.
but texture is different
Oh,
because
that's
now
true.
now
Yeah,
it's more
nice.
foamy.
Yeah.
Pineapple's not as foamy because of the texture of the pineapple itself. But yeah, it is sweeter.
So how do you store these things when they get done freeze dried?
Yeah, it's a good question. Interesting. See, you're
See, I'm green around the gills.
Yeah,
with
no,
this stuff,
that's a
you
good
know?
question. I would have thought you'd do this. So if you do applesauce
Yeah.
and you leave it on the counter, within an hour it's going to be like soggy, mushy, whatever. It's gross.
Yeah.
Probably within 20 minutes, and if it's a humid summer. Anyways, so you store it in a Mylar bag. What that is pretty much a bag that no moisture, no light can get inside of it. So it's not a plastic bag because that actually has holes in it.
Right.
Even if it feels sealed, like air can, oxygen can still get in and out. And then you throw an oxygen absorber inside of it.
Yeah.
Give it a good shake because that's what activates the pellets inside.
Okay.
Drop it in the bag, 1 or 2. If it's a large bag, 2. If it's a small bag, then just 1. And then you have a little seal and you seal it shut. And then once you come to it later, like the bag itself will be sucked right tight around the food or whatever's inside of it.
Interesting.
Because all the oxygen is sucked out because of the absorber. You can also use the freeze dryer. Just a fun fact, you can use it as a canner because it sucks out all the oxygen. So you can throw your jars in it and then you just turn on the pump for a bit and it literally sucks out all the oxygen, and all of the jars are canned and they're sealed.
Interesting.
Perfect.
Yeah. Or what I just call them popped. They're all popped out.
Yeah.
So what size is a freeze dryer exactly?
You can get different sizes, and they're anywhere from the one we have is like 200 pounds. It's maybe not quite 100 and some pounds. It's a beast.
It's a chunky boy.
It is a beast, yeah. And it's I don't know what it is. 20 inches tall, 16 inches wide, 24 inches deep. I think it is.
So is this just sitting in your kitchen right now?
Yeah, no. So no, we have it down with our freezers in our basement.
Downstairs.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, that's, you can do yogurt bites. So we do a ton of like kid food.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, they just love it, and it's easy to eat. It's healthy food. You give we'll do beans, green beans. So one of the things we'll do each year is whenever we refreeze green beans each summer, then we'll pull out any oversupply of the previous year, run them through the freeze dryer. And the kids love them. Like, they just absolutely love these foamy green beans. You can throw maple syrup on them if you want. You can put seasoning on it, and it kind of dries it in. It's good.
Interesting.
Good way to get the kids eating healthy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, get me eating healthy. Put some
Yeah.
maple syrup on the vegetables.
My mom loves to try to argue that maple syrup's healthy for you. She's like, it's no unnatural sweeteners, is what she claims. So
No, yeah, but it's still sugar.
yeah, I know, and I try to tell her that, but like she just loves maple syrup and thinks it's perfect
That's
for you.
fun.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll let her live in her fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Anything else more food related, or do you think they kind of
Almost
wraps
fooded
it up?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's been a
Okay.
good discussion.
Well, I think we're gonna just end off with that,
Yeah.
and just as normal, how we end our podcast, we get their guest to have a quote for us. And so, Derek, do you have a quote for us?
Yeah. I've got two actually.
All right.
I was torn between which one. So it's I enjoy quotes. I really do. It's
good.
What you guys should do with your podcast is make a book of quotes.
Okay.
Sometime, not yet. You only have 20.
Yeah, we only have 20,
So, yeah,
so-
you have to wait till you're
Yeah.
maybe 1,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
And, anyways,
boy.
do that.
Wait, on the
Yeah.
bi-weekly schedule, that's 2,000 weeks. That's a lot of of
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah, that is. Yeah. You'll get there. 20
Okay.
years. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, if you'd add your own, you
Yeah.
could just make up a few quotes.
That's true.
yourself.
Yeah, you could add.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Tyler and Corey's specialties that you don't hear in the podcast. That forces people to buy the book.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
get
that's
the little
true.
extra
Maybe do a
snippets.
podcast on quotes.
Oh yeah, just nothing.
there you
just
go.
say
All thing
quotes the
quotes.
entire podcast.
Yeah.
You could
could
expound on
dissect
them. You
on
could
them,
talk.
yeah.
Talk about
Oh,
them.
okay. Yeah.
So I have two. So I'm helping you out here.
Okay.
I'm cutting down your weeks.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll only take half as long if everyone does this.
So
I was gonna add one in too, actually, to get
Oh,
three.
wow.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
You go ahead.
The first one I'm going to share is one by no one other than one of my pastors, Alvin Kipfer. And so shout out to him. What we hope for is what we live for. And what we hope for is what we live for. So I'll let you think about that.
Good.
And
This is what we're supposed to say to each one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. It is good.
That's good.
And the other one is one that I recently came across. It's an old quote. It's by Mark Twain, and it's actually currently I have it printed and taped to or stuck to my monitor. So randomly I'll do that with a quote. It's just like stick it to my monitor.
Yep.
Then I'll think about it randomly. Eventually, it just becomes so part of my monitor I don't actually look at it.
So then you gotta switch
And then then I need to switch it up again or change the location. And anyways, this one here is "You're never wrong for doing the right thing" by Mark Twain.
That is a good quote. It's a fantastic quote. Just to end it off here, a little quote for myself here. This I got from the Instagram comment sections. A bird on a tree isn't afraid of the branch breaking because his trust isn't in the branch but in his own wings. I don't actually know if I like that quote. No, I didn't read that. You know what? But there you go.
It's very, very self-reliant.
Yeah, very good. I didn't think about that. when I first
Self-confident.
saved it.
Confident
I was like,
himself.
oh wait, hold the phone here. Yeah. Hey, if you really struggle with some self-confidence, though, that can help you a bit. But you know,
Yeah. That's fantastic.
listen to Derek's quotes; they're better.
Hey, I appreciate all the quotes here tonight. So. Yes.
Yeah.
Very
That
good.
was
Well,
good.
thanks for coming on, Derek. Thanks for talking about food.
Yeah.
We love to talk about food.
We're always big fans. Big fans.
It wasn't
of
hard
food.
to talk about food. I could have talked probably for another 30, 40 minutes about food. But that's all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else you want to say there, Tyler?
Like and subscribe if you want. Congratulations to our giveaway winner, which they will have won at the time of this episode's release.
Yeah.
Did you win?
Wow.
I
No,
don't
I
know.
did not.
No,
No, I didn't know. I'm going to
You
get
got to
on
enter
this.
the.
Yeah.
Actually, your wife will want you to enter the
Okay,
giveaway.
yes,
so
absolutely,
you still
yeah.
have time. Everyone else
Yeah.
watching, you don't have time anymore.
Yeah,
But yeah, thank you all for watching.
Yeah. It's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye for now.
See ya.